Hey guys, just wanted to talk about living food versus dead food because this is a big thing, right? Like, we're alive, and to stay alive, we need to have living things, right? Like, that even inside our bodies, there's cells and all this, like, organisms working and doing their things to keep you alive. And then we kind of feed ourselves with things that aren't alive and are almost like fake, right? Like most of the stuff in supermarkets is non-living food, especially if can stay on a shelf for many months. Do you think that's like so good for you? Um, and you have to realize this because it's so easy to get like brainwashed or kind of like consumed by what other people are doing, and everybody's buying it. So now you think, okay, this can't be that bad, right? But if you just do what other people are doing all the time, like, yeah, okay, it's not killing you right away, but this is your body, and like the way you treat it is like a reflection of how it's going to treat you after, right? Like, just because it's not instant that something happens to you when you eat something, doesn't mean that like down the road, a couple years or a couple months, that body's going to start taking effects and like start kind of showing you what you're doing to it, right? On that outer, because things just kind of take time to manifest, right? So try and like consume around like at least 50% of living stuff. So like fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds and sprouts and things like that. Like that when you leave them for a little bit, they go bad, right? Like that's how food is meant to be. Like nothing is supposed to last forever, right? And it's the foods that sit on shelves, like you got to wonder like how is this even possible that this stuff doesn't go bad? It's because they put a bunch of stuff in there that preserve it, and it doesn't mean that it's not going bad. It's you just don't see that it's going bad, and you feed it to yourself and your kids or whatever, and you feel shitty. And then you're like, okay, I'm gonna take this pill to make myself feel better so I can eat more of this bad stuff, right? Like that's how the world works. So you have to start realizing like, okay, I'm alive and I need to be eating living stuff, right? Like things that are gonna like flourish and sustain me and make me feel good and like make me feel alive. And that's why it's so important to eat living foods, right? Instead of just dead things. I'm not saying like don't be happy and eat things once in a while, but majority of your food, if you want to feel good and make your body feel good, is has to be living stuff, right? So try and see this inside yourself. Do an experiment with yourself. Like take some dead food and take some living food and eat the living stuff, and then make a note, like write to yourself like how I felt afterwards, like an hour. See like what happened. And then the next day eat a bunch of dead food and then see like how your stomach feels, how your mind feels, what's going on. Try that out so then you can see it for yourself instead of trying to believe people that talk about it, right? Like I'm not telling you to believe me. Like I don't care if you believe me, but I've noticed this for myself, so that's why I'm making these videos and things like that, because nobody really tells me this stuff either, right? So I don't know, check it out inside yourself. Let me know how it goes and leave me some comments, guys. Subscribe. Peace.